Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. So, we have a new console war. The M64 wars are here. Oh man, and it has been started by one salty. And I mean salty Pat Contry. Oh my lord. Now, he starts this video here with skincare products. Talk about shilling, Pat. Skincare products from Pat Contry? The man who is synonymous with women repellent? Uh, Jeez. that's that's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts, guys. It's pretty crazy the selective criticism that this man has. For those of you just watching the channel, we had a back and forth with this idiot about cryptocurrency. Geez, 3 years ago, and he can't let it go. He brings it up now and again, and that's why I made that other video. But now we're getting into this current controversy, right, about this console. I'm looking at this video, and I don't know if the Patreon's getting low, the views are getting low. I don't know what. Like, guys, I worked late today, and I'm going to be working late all week, but I had to stop and make this one, right? Because I just have to point out the obvious hypocrisy here by this man. That he didn't receive a console. It's just, it just digging in this guy's craw, right? Where's my respect? I made the N64 book. You didn't even like the console. That's why you didn't get one. You're no authority in the console. To me, one of my favorite days in my life is when Ian gave you the most the most devastating blow to your ego. You're a shelf collector. Nothing else needs to be said. He knows you better than anybody. That's who you are. That's probably why you didn't get a review. They don't give them to shelf collectors who write fake books. But guys, the hypocrisy here of the review units about this, that this guy, he's a defense contractor. A person that has no problems, right? No problems promoting Chinese products at all. None whatsoever, right? A lot of these companies are 50% owned by the Chinese. And what do the Chinese do? Do they make any weapons? Are they involved in any human rights controversies? I don't know. You guys tell me, right? Because, unless it's an American making money, that's when it's really a problem. And after all the Epstein files, guys, if you guys don't realize that we're looking at a puppet over here and a puppet over there, which puppet do you want? It's all screwed up. I believe in nothing anymore. So this whole notion about, oh no, I'm holier than thou. Oh, I can't stand that, man. The hypocrisy of both of them, a fake communist now with Ian. Ian, what happened? You're pumping this. Do you use this product? Both of you have. First of all, when has Pat ever taken care of his looks? Pat can't get no bitches. All this time, he's not known for being a ladies' man, right? His skincare products, is that who you're looking to for to look good? Pat Contry? And look, he's always had this selective criticism, right? Ball washes his friend. I'll give you a perfect example. What's been his biggest triumph over the years, right? We were both in the Amico wars, both Amico haters, but you know what? You didn't go after your friends. He went really hard after the cult, and now he's trying to make another cult, right? Just people that just like things that actually exist, right? Oh man, guys, I'm telling you, having so much fun. Just found another love, for collecting. Like if I needed to collect more, but it's selective criticism. Back in the day, he had nothing to say, quiet like a mouse about his buddies. Who do you think had a more influence on people investing in the Intellivision Amico? Metal Jesus and his friends playing that console? Or the so-called cult? Huh? Who do you think had more of an influence? All those creators with hundreds of thousands of followers that had sizzle on the steak. Remember Riggs? Remember Metal Jesus? He played with those controllers. The ones that you said are mushy and all that stuff, how come you didn't call them out? How come we haven't brought out that your friends, right, the people you go to conventions with and all that stuff, tried the console? They never said squat. And you stay quiet. What happened to the completionist? You couldn't even mention him by name. You had to do that whole ball washing. It's a Christmas special. No, no. If it was anybody else, you would have looked right in their face, right, and called them out. What happened with John Hancock? Made every excuse in the book. If it would have been anybody else, if it would have been anybody that he hated, if it would have been anybody that wasn't in these child conventions with you, you you wouldn't have been so kind. You would have gone right for the jugular, right? Over a decade, taking games from people, promising a video game museum, and what did he do? Well, you have to do what you have to do. And he sold it to one of the biggest capitalist companies in the world, known for closing down studios and everything else, everything that you claim to hate. Hey, but it's John Hancock. You got no problem with it. Integrity, Jesus Christ. When have you ever been a journalist? Oh, guys, and it's just this inconsistent standards, right? You call people shills. What are you selling right now? I mean, how can you say it with a straight face? You're selling skin products. You have the skin of a turtle, dude. What the sponsorship credibility? Is that where we're going? Manufacturing and ethics? It's Palmer Lucky. I can't. Even though I hate the individual, I'm going to try to take. When has he ever said that about any Chinese product he's pumping out? When have you ever said that? Who do you think has affected more people? The Chinese government or Palmer Lucky? Yeah, it's only when it's an American capitalist, right? These guys are, the bias is completely evident. You've always hated this. You've tried to make yourself believe that somehow you're being, objective. You can't be. You can't be. You're a devout socialist, and you hate everything that Palmer Lucky stands for. Right? We can all be blind and say, "Oh, I'm going to buy the Nintendo or whatever cartridge they're made in China." We all do. But now he's offended. Oh my God. The feminine energy after they clap back at him. Well, I wasn't there. I was at the museum with my friend. Hey, let's take a bet. Was it a male friend or a female friend? You weren't using the skin products, buddy. You didn't use the skin products when you went to the what is it, Air Museum, wherever the hell you went. It's not a place you take a good-looking woman, that's for sure. Because when you come across a good-looking woman, what do you say? Money first. Money first. You better pay me for my book. Buy my book. Buy my book. And you are no N64 authority. You're no journalistic authority. You've given too many passes for your friends. You've turned up too many blind eyes, right? Too many blind eyes. What is the price for your blind eye, Pat Contry? And now you attack these YouTubers. They're selling out. What else did you call me? Shills, all this other stuff, while you're pumping all this fake products on your audience. Ball shavers, cereal, skincare products, whatever the hell you're shilling. Made you don't care where, right? You don't care if it's this, that, or the other. It could be the Chinese government. It could be a Chinese tank in front of your house. You don't care. But if it's an American company, whoa, 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 hey, you better stop. The socialism has to end somewhere. You're so salty. But you know what? I do have to say I'm glad that there's another war. Is it the Patreon that's running low? Is it the views? Is it the stagnation that we can all see? Is it that Ian is ready to walk out the door? Poor Ian is just held hostage. I don't know if it's because he didn't buy a house. I don't know what it is, right? But Ian is not in it anymore. Ian is tired. Not even Ian likes you. He gave you the biggest diss of that any gamer could have. You are a shell collector and you are no journalist, right? You could be a commentator, you're a very good entertainer. I watched you for years until you were a-hole to me. Whatever. But now you want to attack these people because you didn't get a console, because you wrote a book. A book on a console that you thought was weird. You're just butthurt because you didn't get one. and they didn't even consider you. And you know why? It's because what the retro dodo said. Kind of weird, buddy. You're a weirdo in the community, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, and everybody said it. Why? It's because probably the company you keep sometimes. Been some questions there. You guys can go and look, right? I don't want to get the video banned, but, there's some things there, Pat. There's some things. I don't know, you should be calling out people, and saying, oh, this is liable. Oh, my Lord. Really? Okay, sure. They just don't like you, right? They think you're weird, and they didn't give you a console. Take it. You are an analog guy, right? That's who you rep. Let's be real here. You had no problems with the analog. Where's the analog made, by the way? Is it made here in the good old US of A? Or is it made in a socialist country, communist country? This guy's so full of crap, his eyes should be brown. All right, humans, I'll catch you on the next one. Let's see where this war goes. Let's see if they fire back. Because I'm sure Mad Little Pixel and the Retro Dodo and the Tofu guy, whatever, they're not happy about all the smack you've been talking. And you've been talking a lot of smack, my friend. And you got a huge tail that they can step on. Guys, I'll see you. Let's see what happens next.